Hi, everybody. I'm Amy.
And I'm Audrea.
This is the right crowd. So grab a cup of coffee,
Or a cup of tea.
maybe a little something on the rocks, and let's get started. So if you'll notice, Audrey and I have the same cup out today. And we're going to apologize ahead of time for all the dogs barking, including my husband. And Audrey and I both have on a shirt that kind of sort of matches each other.
Yes, it's different.
That's because this video is about 20 books to 50K.
Yes.
So Audrea and I live on opposite sides of the United States. And we see each other once a year. And it's at 20 books to 50K. And we just came back and we want to tell you all about it and some changes that are coming. So you guys have all the information that you need for Future Writers Conference. Notice I didn't say Future 20 books to 50K, and we'll get to that. Okay, so let's start. All right, so for anybody who doesn't know, 20 books to 50K has been around for like 7-8 years. I want to say the first conference was in 2016. Could have been 2015, but it's around that time. Michael Anderle started a Facebook group called 20 books to 50K. And he had about 8 authors that joined him in that group. That group has grown to, we had a conference last month and there were over 18, I'm going to tell you the actual numbers. There were over 1,800 attendees, 70 plus vendors, 150 volunteers. They had over 180 classes. And then on the last day of the conference, they now do a reader day where it's open to the public and readers can come in and buy from their favorite authors. There were over 300 authors set up on that Friday.
It was amazing.
That's how big it's gotten. Like this literally is a printout of the schedule. This isn't even all the classes for day one. It's not even all the classes. Okay.
I printed a list too, but I printed it in list format and it's 13 pages.
Yeah, not even all the classes. So that has grown from 8 authors. Now, Michael Anderle started it, but another key person that came along with him was Craig Martel. Now, you've heard us refer to Craig before in random things, but he is the 20 books to 50K guy. He's the one that organizes it. He's the one that now monitors all the things. He's gotten so big that he's got a staff that helps. Some volunteers, some, I think some may be paid. I don't know. It could all be volunteer. The cost of the conference literally covers the cost of the conference. Like he didn't do it to make money. And it was literally a conference for up and coming, successful, whatever, indie authors. It was geared towards indie. The last couple of years, they've got some trad publishing has come in. Like this last time, Amazon was there. So it got pretty big. So this last year will be the last year of the official 20 books to 50K Vegas conferences. However, there will still be a Vegas conference, same time, same place, same everything. It has transferred hands to Joe Solari, and they're rebranding it and renaming it to Author Nation. In the show notes, we will put the link to the new Facebook page. Craig's health was suffering, and he's not been doing well with his heart. And the conference was a lot on his heart. Just the stress of it. Yeah. A lot of work, a lot of stress. And so he stepped down, and now he is still going to be part of Author Nation. He's still going to be taking care of the scholarship section, I think is what he's still doing. It's still going to be the conference that it's been. We are assuming, of course, because someone else is taking over it, and they could change everything. I mean, we just don't know. But we wanted to be sure to give you, this is how this last one went. This video will be coming out around the same time that all of the class videos that were taken during the conference are going live on YouTube. So you can go to the 20 books to 50K YouTube page.
Vegas 2023.
And all of the videos will be there for all the conferences, all the classes. They're there. The first 30 days after a conference, they're not going to be there because it's for the people that paid for it. After the 30 days, they make it public. Everybody can watch them.
Which is awesome, which is so awesome.
I think it's fabulous. So we are going to tell you about this year, what happened with us there. Some of the books we bought.
I just wanted to point out, Ms. Amy Strong, that one of the reasons why they give away basically the sessions on YouTube, there's no charge for it after the first 30 days. And one of the reasons that the group, the Facebook group, is so giving people give information and show people how to do things is because of Craig and Michael's philosophy, which is the reason for the theme, a rising tide lifts all boats. So what that saying means that if everybody's doing well, everybody will do well, because success breeds success, basically, which is a great philosophy. And one of the reasons why I really enjoyed the conference, and when I knew the classes were going to be free, just going to a conference where there's people who have that kind of mindset and that kind of giving nature that both Craig and Michael, as the founders of the conference and the model, have, is great, because a lot of the authors that you meet there are willing to give their time in between sessions, answer questions for you. So it's a really great writer tribe to be a part of. It's a huge tribe, but really.
I think another cool thing about that is there were authors that in between sessions, you would see them, highly successful authors, okay, sitting in the main area with their laptop talking to random people, because these random people had questions and they were showing them their computer. Like, this is how I do it. This is what works for me. Answering questions. After classes, they would go out into the hall because, the next class is starting, but they'd go out into the hall and continue having the conversations with the people that were in their classes.
Really, and when you do go, one of the benefits, before we go too much further into the separate classes, one of the benefits of going in person is you get gear. I didn't bring out my lanyard. Of course, you get your lanyard and you get pins. People give and you get a book and a pen. They gave us, mine has a sticker on it, but this is a nice book this year. I mean, they give you a book every year, but this one.
This year they had us vote on what we wanted, the size and everything. They had us vote and we picked, and this is what we got.
Which is very nice. So you get that, and you get a pin, and you get the lanyard, but when you're there, there are vendors there. There's a vendor day, so you get to talk to someone like Pseudo Right was there. Publish Drive was there, people, how to publish your book. Ingram Spark was there, and sometimes they give, that is a cute one. Lots of good stickers. And this one is, I love this one. Don't give up on yourself. I don't know who needs to hear that. Don't give up. You discount.
And I don't remember who I got this from, but it's super cute.
Really awesome.
So you get all kinds. Oh, so behind me on my chair, which is covered by my jacket, uno momento, por favor. I'll show you. I still haven't put away all my swag. So this bag was from, I think, last year, the year before. And it is full of all the free stuffs that I got. So I got notebooks, like random notebooks. Actually, I got a massage. Oops.
Oh,
this little hand massage. It is from Caleb Summers, audiobook narrator. Here is, okay, so I volunteered on the AV team, so my lanyard is purple this year, but random stickers, right? I mean, random buttons. Everybody gets, now this is the other cool thing. So you have your name and you write what your genre is. There were people that wrote on here, basically, I don't know the exact words, but basically, I don't like crowds, don't bother me. And it's respected. Like, nobody's there to bother anybody. If you don't want to be bothered, then you don't have to be bothered. And there's classes after, like meetups after, where you could just meet up with the same people who write cozies, or meet up with people who live in whatever state it is you live in. This was a cool little tchotchke to get all the stickers out of the box that have fallen into the box. Story Origins gave out these. They're posters. So yes, you get
that's nice.
all kinds of cool stuff. I'm trying to see if there was anything else in here. Oh, so this one says, you should be writing on one side and author at work. I'm actually going to hang this on my door when I'm writing, so my husband knows to not bother me. So not that it'll work, but
It's an alternative to the sock on the door.
Well, that's a different kind of don't bother me. Oh, this is another door hanger that I got.
Oh yeah.
Do not disturb. I'm talking to the voices in my head.
That's a good one. I got that one too.
So yeah, so you get all kinds of swag, free stuff from, and Lulu.com is the one who put this one out. But they don't make you sign up for anything. They just give you this stuff.
Yeah. I plan on using this one because, of course, we go to the conference and you can only go to so many as a human, and we have to wait and watch the other ones on YouTube. But as I go through the one on YouTube to get the most value for watching them online, I'm going to also take notes, just like I took notes in person. So I open up to the right, but you can see many pages highlighter in there for every session. And then if I went back, somebody else talked about it, I would make extra notes. And
all of my highlighting is where after the comp. So we did something a little different this year. Can we tell them what we did different this year? Okay. So we did something a little different this year. We meet up with 2 other women at this conference. And we hang out, we do all the things. What?
it just sounded funny. Never mind. Let's go on.
We meet up with some women over there. Okay. Yeah, no. So we meet up with 2 other writers who happen to be female. Is that better? Okay.
And other writers, yes.
So this year, what we did is after the conference, the 4 of us rented a local Airbnb, and we were there for 3 days. And we wrote, and all of the highlights in my notes are from where I sat down and reviewed all my notes and what I wanted to remember from the notes that I wrote. We did some writing time. We set our goals for 2024. And next year, whether we choose to go, excuse me, one moment, whether we choose to go to Author Nation or not, the 4 of us will still get together at the end of the year. And maybe we'll do the virtual option if they have it. Like I said, we don't know what pieces Author Nation will continue to do. 20 Books had an in-person and a virtual option where they were streaming it live and you could watch it. Whether or not Author Nation will do that or not, we don't know. So if we choose to go to the beach for 4 days instead of Vegas for 4 days, say they don't do a virtual, we can go back and watch old videos that are on the YouTube channel. Like, it's there forever. That's what we did different this year, which I think was fabulous. And I think there were some people that were a little jealous that we were doing it when they found out. I think there was one lady that was begging one of the other women to come. And I feel really bad, but yeah, it was set up for 4 people.
Yeah.
And it was nice. It was nice. So
I got a lot out of the retreat that we did. The 4 of us did after the session. We talked about what we learned. We talked about the sessions that we suggested others go to. And so if that might be something that you and your tribe or your people that you write with might think to do around another conference somewhere. I've heard from other authors that it's often not the sessions, authors that go to NINC, which is another big conference for writers at a certain level, but it's often not the sessions where they get the most benefit. It is the tiki bar or the bar afterwards where they learn from each other and share, like you said, they were doing at ours, share in between sessions or after in the evening.
Well, one of the things that we discussed at our little writer retreat afterwards is, for me, what made the whole thing, the whole cost worth it, was that last supper that we had where 5 of us went and had dinner. And at dinner,
Yeah.
One person, David Abernathy was with us.
Mhm.
He goes, okay, so who's stuck at some point in your book and you can't get past it and we can help you like work through it. Now, I had something, but I was waiting. I wanted to give someone else the opportunity to speak, and everyone just sat there for 5 seconds. So then I said what I was stuck at. And based on the conversation that we had at dinner around where I'm stuck in my book, to me, it was the whole conference was worth it, because now I can move past this point. I've been stuck in an editing loop because I can't get past this point.
Yeah.
I can now get past this point because of this conversation we had that wasn't even part of the conference. It was just us going to dinner, which came from a panel where they said, find your tribe. And he turned to Audrea and said, do you have a tribe?
And I said, I'm an introvert.
So
But-
then we made a tribe for the night.
Yes.
And 5 of us went to dinner, and it was, now one of the women that went with us for the writers retreat was not part of the 5, and she was very unhappy when I told her how fabulous that dinner was. Besides the food, I had a creme brulee French toast on a croissant. Like,
was very good.
it was so good. Anyway, we're not going to talk about food because that could be a problem. But yes, so the conferences, when you go to a conference, it's not always about the classes. And for some of us, Audrey and I are included in this. We don't necessarily want to go to a class all day and then deal with people at night too. Like, we have no energy left.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to like take an extra long lunch, or immediately after the conference is over, take an hour to yourself before you go to the next thing. Do what's going to work for you, and don't neglect to hang out with other writers and authors. Just the brain power that can be put together is worth it.
And it's okay if you do need to take a break from peopling. For example, the first night of the conference, Monday, I was done. There were issues with my room, and I was visiting my
I thought we were going to have to share a room. Like, I literally thought, I was like, she has no place to go.
It worked out, and it worked out better than probably I had planned it. So thank you, universe. Thank you that worked out. But by the end of the day, people wanted to go to dinner, and I was like, I got nothing. I snuck out, and
She didn't even want to have dinner with me, guys.
I was
Like, literally, we ran into each other in the lobby, and she kept going.
I had sushi. I had just picked up my sushi from a guy. I'm
But
sorry.
The point is, take time for yourself.
Yeah.
Take time for yourself. I know there was one day after the conference, before my next little thing I was getting together with people, I literally sat. So my room was the view of the sphere.
Oh yeah, you had the sphere.
I literally sat in the chair by my window for an hour and a half and just watched the sphere, because I just needed some quiet. And that's okay. It doesn't have to be go, go, go all the time. And that's in real life too, guys. It's in real life too. Like, you're allowed to have time to yourself. I'm just saying.
Exactly.
Okay. So what do you want to talk about? I would love to talk about the books I picked up. So what would you like to talk about?
Go to the books next. I've got a stack.
I have a stack too. Okay. I'll do one. You do one.
Okay.
Okay. So, I'm going to, so usually when I go to these things, I'm very much a fiction reader on my tablet. I don't generally buy a lot of fiction books that I hold in my hand paper. Okay. A lot of times it's going to be an ebook. There was an exception. So Steve Higgs, who does cozies, his table, he was giving away free novella. So I got this one. And then I brought Audrea back to his booth, and he gave me a second one. So I also got this one. I thought it was hilarious because it's zombie granny. And I laughed about the title of it, and he goes, "Oh, here it is." I didn't know it was one of his freebies. I just saw it as an ad on his table. So he gave me that one too. So I wanted this one. because he's hilarious. And well, it's dry humor. You gotta, it's dry humor. And I asked him which one of his books has the most of his real character in it. And he said this one. So these are the two I picked up from Steve Higgs. Your turn.
Okay. Well, let's see what I've got here. Well, actually, I do want to talk about this one. This one is just so you guys get scope. This is the
Oh,
Ray,
yeah.
which is
I left mine there. I didn't. I left it for somebody else.
well, I wanted to take it because it has all the authors that had a table and what books they had, because I walked by some of them so fast because somebody was in a hurry to go to lunch. Which
I
was
was getting hangry.
me too. It was actually good because when I get around books, my pupils dilate, and I would stay there probably until they threw me out and they were packing up books. And I would try to take all the books home, but I had minimal space this time because I did not pack correctly. We'll have a separate little tip sheet on planning to go to but anyway, so this was one of the ones I got, and it has photographs, so I can say in here I'm writing I met this person and this and what conference thing they did, and also what book they read. So
And that was free.
This was free.
Somebody else made it and left it out for everybody.
It is awesome. I'm very excited about this because I always
stay on there who made it.
Produced by E. Landers America. I think that's the printer. Oh, Kirk DuPonts did the design. You did a very nice job, Kirk. Very nice job. And all the color photos. Yeah, this is slick. Actually, literally slick. It's a slick and very nicely done in that it is a slick piece of books. Stuff. I have a pile, so at any moment,
that one doesn't count as a book.
I don't.
You can use another. You can do another one.
I don't have that many books. Amy,
you have a pile.
I have a pile of stuff. Okay, I'm gonna talk about these because this was cool. I love audiobooks, and one of the audiobook purveyors was there, and they provided this. I've always wanted to read this one, Wool, and this one, which looks really good, The Dawn of Yangtze. So this one's about the Avatar. If you guys are familiar with that cartoon or anime, The Chronicles of the Avatar. So 2 free audiobooks and this one is now a series on Apple TV. So I get to read the book. So I was happy about that. That's 2 books. And also because I didn't have very much space coming back, I got there with just 1 carry-on and 1 personal item, which was a record for me, going somewhere for a week to have all of my stuff crammed into those 2 bags. So I didn't have a lot of room for books coming back, which is good and bad because there were lots of good books there.
Yes, there were. And y'all have to excuse me. I have a tickle in my throat and it just will not go away today. So I'm going to do my other fiction that I bought. I love Mark Cameron and he was there. So I picked up the first of a series that I haven't read yet. So Bone Rattle by Mark Cameron. And actually it was really cool because he is a retired deputy marshal and my family is retired law enforcement. So we were able to kind of talk shop for a little while, which was very cool. Found out that he was part of the producers for Bosch, which my dad, it's the only cop show my dad's ever been able to watch and not get frustrated at because it is so like legitimate what they do, what they say, how things happen. So that was pretty cool. He also does some of the Jack Ryan book. That was nice.
That was cool. I like Bosch. Brad and I watch Bosch on TV, and I think he's reading one of the series.
All right, you're next.
Next, okay. I also got this book, which is a nonfiction, the Non-User Friendly Guide for Aspiring TV Writers. So,
does this look familiar, anybody? What do you think is going to happen with this book?
Yeah, we'll be doing a review of this one and another book that we got. Speaking of another book that we got, From 0 to 4 Figures. And we did take photos with some of the people whose books we plan to do, but I don't think we got to take his photo, but we'll ping him.
No, because we got it at separate times. We didn't get it together.
So it was kind of funny. We were picking up books like, hey, do you want to do this on the show? We should review this one. So you guys will see that one come up. Okay, your turn, Amy.
One of the classes that I was AV for was a guy named C.R. Rowenson. and he is all about magic systems in your books. And pretty much any book could have a magic system, except for romance. That's a little, and he said romance was probably pushing it a little bit, but he created the magic system blueprint. So he has 2 different books. I got this one, and I mainly got this one because it's lighter and I fly. So this one is, I'm excited because he talks about all the different ways to put magic in your book. And it doesn't have to be like magic. It's how you present as well. So I'm excited about this one. Audrea did not get this one. So if we do a review on this, it'll be Audrea asking me questions. Okay, your turn.
Okay. All right. So this is the next one that I got, and I'm just going to show it to you on screen because I don't have a copy. I had it, the physical book
What did we get?
while I was there. So,
oh yes, I remember when you got that.
This one is Sarah, the Well-Adjusted Serial Killer, and I don't normally read serial killer books except for Dexter, but I was excited about the book, and she had these cute little doggy keychains like you see there. So I am excited to read it. I thumbed through it and read the blurb, and it sounds really good. So I was excited about that one.
Cool. Do you have the little keychain right there?
No, I forgot it.
My dog is not happy with me. She's going, I don't know what you want. Go away. Okay. So I have one more, and this one Audrea has all of them, but I think she has them as ebook. There was a woman there that has this series called Roll a Prompt, and you roll a dice, and based on the dice, it tells you what you're supposed to do for each thing. So like magical forces, you roll for a magical delivery system, and you've got 6 options, and then you roll for the mood, and then you roll for the main character's participation. And then she gives you pages to write. And it's more than just, she gives you 2, 4, 5 different pages, so you can just roll and come up with different things. She has a whole series. There's like 6 or 8 of these. We picked up Writing Jumpstarts. This is one that we're going to review. But we picked up Writing Jumpstarts. But she has sci-fi. She had conflict. Like she had all kinds. And see, this is number 7.
Oh, I didn't even realize they had.
I didn't either until I just looked down and saw 7. So yeah, so this one we're actually going to review together as well.
And I got most of hers the previous year, and I think I bought one new one that she had just come out with. And she also writes cozy mysteries, so I started her one of her cozy mystery series. So yeah, we'll talk about that author when we review that prompt book. They're fun.
I think it'll be cool because honestly, we could probably do it as we're like record it and roll and see what we get. That could be fun. That could be a way to do it. Cool. Anything else you want to say about 20 books or Author Nation?
Look for the videos when they go live on YouTube, and watch them the same way as if you were paying to go to a course or a conference or webinar. That way you'll get that way you'll get more out of it in terms of having intention. If you want to look for craft, because this whole list I went through and I highlighted, and I have written on here which ones were craft, which ones were how-to, which ones were just inspiring. And when I say just inspiring, it's not like it's lesser than. Inspiring is very important when you are a beginner baby writer and you want to be you want to put on your big girl pants and be a big author. So I have highlighted the ones that I'm going to go through and watch that I didn't get to participate in, and I'm going to be taking notes, just like I'm going to a real conference, so I can get the most out of them. So that's all I have to say.
That is great suggestion. Look, it's getting dark. You can now see out my window.
Even here, the light's changing.
It's no longer bright, sunshiny outside. It's getting dark. All right. Anything else?
Nothing else.
All right, guys. So we will include. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe. Oh my gosh, like and subscribe. But we will include links on the bottom for the YouTube, for Author Nation. So until next time.
Bye.